she'd probably kick some ass all the way to Kano. But yeah, the Black Dragons are so dangerous and they're so bloodthirsty, I think Kim would definitely need some backup on that one. Because these guys play for blood. Who is Kim's most dangerous enemy to date? Still Shigo. She was like kind of like the reverse. If you want to look at like reverse Kim, there you go. Third question. If you could make an again, I already answered this one, so sorry about that, Dylan, but think of those questions regardless. Moving on now to Nick Lenz, who asks, in your view, which villain do you think are the worst and best ones? Worst villains? Like, I don't know, there were some bad ones, but best villains would be like Dementor and Shigo and, you know, a few guys like that. Second question, if you could see a crossover with Kim Possible to take on one of her villains. Oh wait, who would you like to see crossover with Kim Possible to take on one of her villains? I guess, yeah, like I said, Randy Cunningham. I keep going back to that one. Alright, third question. Who do you think is the most annoying... Again, answered this question, so sorry about that, Nick, but think of those questions regardless. Moving on now to Damien Rogeno. I do apologize if I completely butchered that name, but Damien asks, how did you discover Kim Possible? Did someone tell you about it, or did you find it on your own? Kind of found it on my own. Yeah, that's kind of how it went, is that I pretty much, for lack of a better word, found it on my own, and found it from that, pretty much found it from that point. I actually remember, I was actually just flipping through channels and found the pilot episode, and boom, there you go. Alright, which character do you think deserved more screen time? I think Yori deserved some screen time, and maybe Monique as well. A little more, at least. Third question. Can a TMNT KP cross team up work? And if so, of their villains, who do you see trying to team up? Kind of already answered this. Like I said, I would just kind of change it up and have Shredder and Gil team up. But yeah, I do see it. I think it could work. I think it really could work. Alright. Next question. Can you see Kim, Ron, Wade, and Rufus being recruited to S.H.I.E.L.D.? Absolutely. I think Kim has got all the potential. Kim and Wade. Ron, I don't know. Like, they would be like, oh, you got the whole monkey fist going on? Okay, there you go. But yeah, yeah, Kim would, if she was in the Marvel Universe, S.H.I.E.L.D. would be snatching her up by now. Alright. Thank you for those questions. Oh wait, I'm still on Christian Sager. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Christian Sager, yeah, that was your first question, Christian Sager. Moving on to your second question. What do you think is the cause of Draken's blue skin? I'm thinking his parents... one of his parents was a renegade Smurf. No, he actually, he turned his skin blue. By accident, as I recall. They did it in Origin, yeah, he, got his skin blue, and it kind of messed up his day. Alright. Third question. What if one of Kim's villains set up shop in Woodcrest? What would it be? What would the kids from the Boondocks, Huey and Riley, and Kim and Ron think of each other? I think Kim and Ron would be like, guys, you just dropped the N-word so much. Come on. And I think in terms of villains, it might be. Let's have fun and have what's his name? The golfing villain. I can't remember his name. The one who had the exploding golf balls. Anyway. Think of those questions, Christian Sager. Moving on now to Grimlock1992, who asks, since Kim Possible crossed over with Lilo and Stitch, and Stitch a Day. Oh wait, Lilo and Stitch. Oh wait, he's talking. All right, basically asking. Hang on, I totally messed up the question. Since Kim Possible crossed over with Lilo and Stitch, they also met other Disney shows like Proud Family, American Dragon, Recess. What other shows could be in the same universe? I think a majority of Disney shows could be all connected in the same universe. That's what I'd like to think in my head. Would you like to see Ron, Kim, and Rufus be part of Kingdom Hearts 3? Absolutely. I'd love to have them in there. I'm not sure if the show's already gone over, but what if Ron was descended from the Monkey King, Sun Wukong? I think somewhere they wanted to have like some kind of mysticism to Ron, but they couldn't really do it. But I think that'd be cool. Anyway, those questions, Grimlock. Moving on now to Jesse Sutres, who asks, if given the opportunity, how would you develop a new Kim Possible video game? I think I'd like to have something like Metal Gear. Just do the whole stealth thing, but I think they get a little too boring, really. Anyway. Second question. Do you think a spin-off about Teen Go would work, and if so, how would you... I don't think I'd like to see a Teen Go series, because they were all just really shitty. They were all just really shitty people. I mean, I didn't hate them, but I would not want to... If I stuck with them longer, I'd hate them. Like, I can understand why Shigo ran off. Alright. Alright, third question. Would you like to see a web series based on the life of Dr. Possible that covers everything from his time as an astronaut to the way in which he discovered his passion for science in the first place? It might be a cool little mini-series. That'd be interesting. Alright. Sorry, getting more water. So, next question comes from Jackie Lee, who asks, would you want Kim to team up with Danny Phantom, with Jake Long, Jenny, XJ9, and Ben Tennyson in animation, if it weren't for copyright issues? Hell yeah! I'd love to see that. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%, totally. If it were not for the freaking copyright issues. You guys remember that really, like, stupid, that anti-drug cartoon that had like, the Smurfs and Garfield and, it had Michelangelo there and the Muppet Babies? I thought that was so cool, and we'll never get that. If only we could get, like, one big, like, Infinity Crisis-like storyline without the whole "don't do drugs, kids" kind of thing, but do that, but like with an Infinity Gauntlet or Civil War type story. I think that'd be cool, but we'll never get that in this day and age. So, yeah. Second question. Also, have you seen Teen video? Yeah, I've seen it. I thought it was really cool. It's kind of like, I've seen both the Steven Universe and Gravity Falls crossover that had Star in it, but yeah, I think it's been pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway. Think of those questions, Jackie Lee. Moving on now to Dreadman, who asks, what is your favorite ship from Kim Possible to be be it crossover or not? I guess I'll answer this one like crossover ship. I guess like crossover ship, I think Kim I think would be really cool with like someone like Danny or Randy. One of those two guys. Alright, what do you think of the TV movie Stitch in Time and So the Drama? I like them. I really do like them. Alright. Anyway. Alright, moving on now to the next set of questions coming from the Spawn 117, who asks, what would happen if Kim were in Dead Space, Star Wars, Death Troopers, Darksiders, and Fallout? She'd die in every... I don't know, like, the survival rate in, Dead Space ain't really good, but she's got a chance. Death Troopers, might die there. Darksiders, no possibility. In Fallout, maybe. Second question. What would be Kim's thoughts if she ever saw the Xenomorphs and a Chaos Space Marine? She'd freak the fuck out. I know I would. And your third question is, what do you think of Kim's battle suit? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's, I think the white and blue battle suit's pretty cool. The armored one, it's a little unflattering. Anyway, thank you for those questions, Spawn117. Moving on now to Sora versus Ka, who asks, what would happen if Kim and Ron met Davros? They'd be terrified, but I think they would like Ron would be like, "What are you gonna do? You're a blind guy in a hovering wheelchair with one arm. Oh, you have Daleks." All right, second question. Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable versus Missy and the Cybermen. All I can say to that is, say something nice, Kimmy. Say something nice. And your third question is, what would Kim and Ron think of the 7th Doctor and Ace? I think Kim and Ron would think the 7th Doctor is nuts, and Ace is just totally crazy. Anyway, so thank you for those questions, Sora versus Ka. Moving on now to Bryce Diaz, who asks, what do you think of Phineas and Ferb? What do you think Phineas and Ferb would do for Kim and Ron or Agent P? Like, build stuff? Like, maybe like an invisible suit? Or, I don't know, upgrade her power suit? I don't know. Stuff like that. I think if, Phineas and Ferb were there, they'd be the group's Q. Anyway. Second question. How would you give a show a dark turn? Maybe, kill someone? Yeah, killing someone. That's always a good turn right there. That is always... it's always a good dark turn. Third question. Could you see Kim and Ron teaching Steven some athletic moves, and what would they be? I think they'd be... The key word there would be trying to teach him, but yeah, they wouldn't exactly be excelling at that, because Steven's not exactly the most athletic person. Not because he's fat, it's because, well, he's clumsy. Poor Steven. Think of those questions, Bryce Diaz. Moving on now to Fire Tools, who asks, what do you think of... What would Kim and Ron think of the spies from Totally Spies, the Martin and the gang from Martin Mystery, and Major Kusanagi? Kusanagi, they'd be just in awe of the spies. I think Kim would find like soulmates with the group of them from Totally Spies. That's another Q&A I should do in the future. Martin Mystery. Oh, Ron and Martin would be BFFs. They'd be total BFFs right then and there. So anyway, thank you for those questions, Fire Tools. Moving on now to the Hellish Smile. I knew you were going to show up here, Cody. All right, first question: do you think Kim Possible? When you think of Kim Possible, what episodes do you immediately come to your mind? Not exactly favorites, but what could they be altogether? Basically, when I think Kim Possible, I think of like that episode where that villain Electronique took over, like switched everyone's minds and made all of Team Go evil except She-Go, and it made her good. That's not really like a very good episode, but it's also one that's kind of stuck with me and also been like the episode every Kigo shipper uses. Anyway. Second question, is Kim Possible the best Disney show of all time? It's up there, but I think Gravity Falls and Star vs. the Forces of Evil are kind of like at the pedestal right now. But I think we're I still keep saying that, Kim Possible was the one who paved the way for all the other shows, Third question. How awesome is Senior Jr.? He's awesome. Just completely ridiculous and awesome. But there's one character, in terms of villains, that is more ridiculously awesome than him. Motor Ed. Seriously, dude.